Hey guys, today I will be inking and watercoloring the hothead Bakugo from My Hero Academia. Stick around to see the entire process. I will go over some of the tools and techniques that I use. If you like these kind of art videos where I go through the process and want to see more, please subscribe to see more in the future and hit the notification bell to be notified every time a new video pops up. And guys, I really appreciate the support that you guys have shown so far with the likes, the commenting, and the subscribing. I mean, you guys are amazing and thank you so much for all the support. Like I've said in my past videos, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and it's kind of it has a pretty big learning curve for me, and there's a lot of things that I'm learning and mistakes that I might be making, but I'm trying to learn as fast as I can so I can make the best quality videos that I'm able to. So right now I am inking with one of my favorite brushes, the Raphael 8404. You might have seen it in some of my other videos, and that's what I'm doing right now, is the inking stage where I'm inking over the light blue lines that I printed out on this hot press watercolor paper. In my last video, I inked and watercolored Izuku Midoriya, Bakugo's rival. And in that particular piece, I was actually inking and watercoloring on top of cold press watercolor paper, and in this case I'm using hot press. Now hot press is a lot smoother, and while cold press is very rough. If you like to see the difference, you can go to the link here at the card above and check it out if you haven't seen the Izuku Midoriya piece yet, and you'll see right away the difference in texture. If I had to choose a favorite, I would definitely say that I like the hot press a lot more for my kind of style of inking and watercoloring. The roughness of the cold press is a little too much, especially since I like to use things like brushes or brush pens and even some tech pens. They don't really go on rough paper as well, and you get a little bit more skipping and the lines are not as clean. Some people like those aesthetics. Maybe they like the dry brush effect and things like that, and that is also a very cool way to go about a piece. It's just not my style. If you guys have any questions about my inking technique or about the brushes or what kind of ink I'm using and things like that, leave your comments down below. That way I can get back to you guys, or maybe even make a video on those specific questions. But as for right now, I'll leave you guys watching the rest of the process of the inking stage, and I'll be right back whenever it's time to color this piece up. guys, I'm back, and so right now I'm finishing this piece up with my white gel pen, adding a few little details in his eyes and the eyebrow area, and now we are watercoloring. And once again, I am using the Winsor Newton watercolors, the Cotman series, and I mixed up a little bit of yellow for Bakugo's hair. Now his hair is a little bit lighter than this, so what you're gonna see me do in a little bit is dab the paper with my napkin, and that way I'm lightening up his hair before it dries completely. I had a little bit of a light orange type of color that was dried up on the palette, and then I adjusted that a little bit with some fresh watercolors and made skin tone out of it. So I added a little bit of red, maybe a little bit of yellow in there, and just keep going back and forth until I finally got that skin tone that I wanted. A lot of the colors that I'm using on this piece are definitely on the warmer side of things, and it's kind of because I felt like that's the aesthetic that I usually go for. It's kind of what I'm comfortable using, but it kind of makes sense for Bakugo, the hothead, that he has warm colors. So guys, have you guys been keeping up with the new season of My Hero Academia? I just watched that last episode that came out, and man, I was caught off guard definitely by some of the events that happened. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, so don't worry. But you know, if you guys liked it, or you know, you have some things to say about it, hey, put them down in the comments, and I'll get back to you guys as well with my thoughts. But of course, try to keep, you know, the comment section spoiler free. So one of the things that you may be seeing that I'm doing with this particular piece, and I'll do it on a lot of pieces actually, where I keep certain areas color free, where I don't go over it with the watercolors at all, and I let the paper shine through. And basically it's just a style of watercoloring where you preserve those whites, because if you want to come back in with watercolors later and try to lighten it up, it's a lot more difficult to do that. Usually paints will never go on as white as the paper. So I added a lot of smoke around him just because Bakugo is the kind of guy that he, you know, just blows up everything and then asks questions later. He doesn't wait. He's just a hothead. So I just made it seem like he just got done, you know, creating this huge explosion, and he's just coming out of all the smoke from the blast. And in this piece, I gotta say that I went a little trigger happy with the purple. As you guys know, I love using purple, and I am using it all over this piece in all the shadows, and you'll see pretty soon that I even use it in the entire background. I was kind of debating whether I wanted to keep it white, but it just didn't seem right to me. It seemed like I needed to add something in the background. So then I was like, you know what? The contrast of the warm colors from Bakugo with maybe like a purple in the background seemed like a perfect mix, I guess. Or maybe it was just an excuse for me to keep using purple. Also, you may be wondering, what do I use the PS Vita for in this art process? The answer to that is absolutely nothing. I don't use the Vita at all, but it is there in case I need to take any breaks. Now, this is a little off topic. This is an art video, but I just got my Vita not too long ago, and I haven't had much time to play it, but there's games that I want to check out. If there are any games that you guys recommend, anybody that has played the Vita or has one, comment them down below, and I might check them out just because I love having something to take breaks with in between work. One game that I have been playing is Persona 4 Golden, and I've had a blast so far with it. It's a little bit of a difficult game, so sometimes I gotta take breaks from the game, but it's been pretty cool. Alright, so I'm almost done with the piece now. I did feel like the background was still a little too bare, and I wanted to add a little bit of texture, so I mixed a darker shade of that purple and go in there while the paper's still wet and kind of just do this little texture here where I'm adding drops of the darker purple and they disperse a little bit, and I just thought that this might add a little bit more interest in the background instead of just leaving it just a flat purple. Alright guys, well that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be dropping another video next week, so keep a lookout for that. Until next time guys, peace out.